Okay, so just driving down to Dorking FC tonight for a Surrey Football Coaches Association event. Really special one, actually. Obviously, last few months back, I got made honorary vice president, and so one of the first sessions I helped organise Danny Buck. For me, one of the best coaches in the world. You know, I've travelled all around the world and seen many. He's obviously, for me, one of the best. He's a good friend of mine as well. Top technical coach. Obviously, he works at Arsenal. He used to work at Tottenham and Brentford as well. Top level coach. So very fortunate. He's travelled all the way down to North London to do a session at Dorking FC tonight with the girls team. So driving down, going to watch the session, show you guys a bit of it, and then we're going to film it as well. It's going to go on the coach's pass. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing that session. It's about an hour away. Going to drive down, see the session, see a bit of Bucky doing his magic, and yeah, I can't wait.
Support each other to be able to play around, go 1v1, all passes, third player runs, everything like that. So they're the kind of things that we'll be looking at today, just to kind of get in your mind, okay? Is that okay? Is that all right? Okay, hopefully it'll be useful. If not, it's Saul's fault.
Okay, so here we are. We've arrived here, Dorking FC, Dorking Wanderers FC's ground. You kind of follow me around here. Bucky is setting up. Danny Buck's setting up behind me here. He's going to do a session. Said he's going to do some bit of pass receiving, turning, some ball protection stuff. Yeah, really looking forward to the session. Great facility. Really lucky that they've allowed us to use it. Looking forward to doing it. We've said it's going to be about 40 to 50 coaches coming down, so excited to do that. But I'm really excited to see Danny Buck work. Like I say, he's one of the best coaches around, so really see how he works with this group of I think they're under 14 girls. This thing that Dorking Wanderers under 14 girls. So really to see how he gets these girls working hard and getting those technical outcomes.
Yeah, have a ball. And then you might just follow here, yeah, just here. The orange line is your reference. So come back a bit, that's it, come here. Right. So you see the orange line that's here, come across here a bit more, Grace, come across here a bit more, Grace. That's good, that's right. You've got enough room, yeah? Okay. It's just simple ways, warm-up wise, just play the ball, follow it, so play the ball, me, just run straight at me, pass, play, go at the player. That's it, just use your insides to start with, that's it, that basic, off you go. Go on, play. Yep. Bigger angle, on the ball. Good. Trying to keep the ball safe side, pass, and when you're receiving the ball. They're the kind of bits I want you to kind of remember. Okay? So the question to this player here, hold it down, you make an angle, you play it first time to her, pass the flip, we do a wall pass, and then you do.
Okay, so in the second part of the session, so Bucky started with a little warm-up, which was basically, he's got 16 players, so he had 4 players in 4 groups of 4, just a bit of passing and receiving. And today he said he's going to work on about where the pressure is, so touching away from pressure, bit disguise, went through some cuts, inside cuts, outside cuts. Tricky actually. Look, we said it earlier. He's done this with the Arsenal 16s and 15s, and they find it tricky. So we talked about it before. I said, look, it's good to challenge the players. You know, they can get as much out of it as they can. We talked about obviously pressuring, little disguise to move away from pressure, protecting the ball protection, that sort of thing. Now he's progressed it into a little bit of. It's like a passing pattern almost, but really it's about combination play, receiving, and also places like, so it's good rotation there, but receiving under pressure, little passes around the corner, little combination play, and then it's really just adding the detail there about when to receive, checking away from pressure, coming towards the ball, moving away from the defender, and that sort of thing. So great to see him work and just adding those little bits of key, bits of real quality that only those real high-level coaches have, and you see the girls picking up for it. Real mixed ability. So some girls, are excelling at it more than others, which you'd expect. It's a grassroots session, but I mean everyone's working, ball's always moving, and everyone's enjoying it.
Fine. Right. Can you put the ball on the orange cone, and then I want the reds on the orange, or the beans for the first bit. The greens and the non-bigs I want on the pitch. You see the flex discs? Little halfway line here, and I'll explain why that's important in a minute, and then you've got the mini goal. Stop there. Ball's back to the Reds. Gonna flip now. Non-bibs are attacking. No, you don't have to play the same play. You might have no player, so you just go soft. There you go. Ball.
Okay, so the third part of the session has gone into like a 1v1 element of it. So he's got basically like 4 1v1s going at once in the middle with some players on the outside, also utilising the keepers. So obviously, you won't go too much into it, but obviously it's just the detail we're talking about in terms of movements away to come to get the ball, you know, a bit of disguise, checking away, and obviously keeping the ball safe side. But also, like I said to me there, just about like it's just core skill work, real individual brilliance on the ball, being able to turn, break pressure, and then trying to get away with it. And what's interesting, because he's got so much going on at the same time, is there's a load of interference in there. So it's not just an isolated 1v1, you've got lots of people around, so obviously you're dribbling in the space, you've got to try and avoid other people and stuff like that. But like I said, the key thing is just seeing him, the information, the detail. That's the difference when you watch coaches with this, you know, that top draw level and experience like Danny, is that the detail is so fine, and so there's so much of it, and it's just great to see, and really enjoying it, and interesting to see how he progresses it from now on.
Brilliant. That's what I want though. Come back together in the middle. Come back in the middle. Ready? You clip it. Play. To the break. Back in the middle. Back in the middle. Okay. The other thing is, player who's getting the ball has to make sure they've got an angle, so within 1 or 2 touches they can get that ball to that player. The more touches you have, the premier.
Yeah.
Where's the diamond? Where's the diamond? Movement.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, yeah.
Just go and make another run. Okay, and try and stretch the game out and make it difficult for the opposition. I like some of the forward runs. It was a good one 2 phases ago that we didn't quite come in. Okay? In between phases, get in the middle quick, get nice and tight, explode and make your angles. And remember, the short one can be the decoy unless they're marked.
Okay, so he went into like a little game, basically like a 4v4 with some target players, and key thing was obviously playing around the corner, combination play, all these playing under pressure, you know, turning away, using your cuts, everything what he did in the previous sessions. What was interesting, he started off with a little bit of a transition, so the ball went from one player, the keeper, to play into another target to set back, and he's talked about different movements to receive and working in angles and that sort of thing, and that was really interesting. So lots of success actually. It's tough little practice. Girls did really well, lots of success. So yeah, really interesting practice there. Again, the detail. Now when to step in, when to learn when to get on with it, and then now he's progressed it just to like a free game. He's going to do 4 minutes small pitch and 4 minutes real bigger pitch. Again, stepping in, talking about the key principles he's working on the whole session there. Angles of support, movements to get away from pressure. Can you play around the corner? Can you turn away? And into that game before, in the game before, and that game now, lots of great little combination play. The girls there doing really well, so picking up those key little bits of information that Danny's given them.
Important, and having the confidence in what they're saying, and you know, there was a couple of times, that's why I'll pull a player out and say that she did that well, or go and do a demonstration with a group, or make a particular point about someone who's communicating it very well. You know, if someone's driving the session, we'll make quite a big stink of that. You know, I look at Saul, he's telling you what to do, more of you got to be like that. So I think it's just kind of showing that that's good practice and highlighting good practice. And even if they're saying the wrong thing, at least they're saying something, and then you just got to refine it there. A bit like the movement. There was a couple of movements today that at least they were trying, but it wasn't quite timed right or whatever. It's just highlighting those bits. So.
It's also, you know, how can you give people confidence that that's okay, that you don't have to see every single action of every single moment of every single practice, if that makes sense, rather than having the importance of having more ball contact time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, isn't it? Because I think when I was younger, I'd always be worried about what the parents would think of my session. Yeah, not the players. I didn't care about that. You get in the, you know, particularly I started as 18, but you know, I'm 45, I don't look 45 now. When I was 18, I looked about 4. So I think people were like, you know, who's starting? I didn't play, you know.